Welcome everyone. Today we are going to practice the star interview method using two real project examples from the money lending domain. The purpose of this session is to help you confidently answer behavioral interview question by connecting your experience to clear measurable results. The projects will use one, moving the loan application process from branch-based to fully online platform. Two, digitalizing the manual collection process into the automated system, right? So by end, you will know how to break your answers into situation, task, action, and result, which is the STAR method. Okay. So this is the high-level flow. Let's take a look at the current process. Okay. In the old process, customer had to go to the branch to apply a loan. So they fill paper forms, forms. Staff enter the branch, enter the data, and approval took days. The process was slow, inconvenient, and required customer to take time off work just to apply. Okay. So here you can see the step one, customer visits the branch to apply loan. So branch staff provided a paper loan application form. Customer completes the application manually. Branch staff verify detail and collecting the support documents. And branch staff enters the data into loan management system. Loan management system send the data to credit bureau for verification. Branch staff communicate the disease to the customer. So this is the high level flow. Okay. So now let's take a look how the future flow, which is the online process, right after our development, how it's going to look like, right? With the new process, customer can apply directly online from any device. They'll fill a digital application form, upload documents, and get instant credit bureau checks. The system routes the application to the right team for approval, making the process faster, more accurate, and far more convenient. Okay, so let's take a look quickly the detailed flow. Customer access online application portal. Online portal display secure application form. Customer completes from the personal income and loan detail. Online portal validates mandatory fields in real time. Upload the supported documents and loan management system. Send the data to Credit Bureau API. Credit Bureau API returns the credit decision. Loan management system update the loan status. Notification send the decision via email or text. Okay. So now the next project 2, digital collection. Okay, so this is the current status. So collection is like when customer borrowed money, if they don't pay online or if they have past due. So this process currently the institution is using. So this process currently is manual. So how we can convert it into digital flow? That's the project. Okay, so collection used to by entirely manual. So staff pull overdue accounts from the system, call each customer individually, and update the payment status by hand. So this was slow, error prone, and limited the number of customers we could contact each day, right? So the flow is download the audio amount, collection team. Okay, so this is all done by the collection specialist or the collection staff. Call each customer manually, make the payment branch or bank transfer, update the payment start manually, prepare the weekly payment reports manually. This all manually. So now let's take a look how we can make this digital, right? So digital collection flow. In the new digital collection process, the system automatically sends payment reminders by SMS and email, trackers responses, and update the customer records in real time. Staff now only on high priority cases, and overall recovery rates have improved. Okay, so here you see loan management system identify the audio accounts automatically, notification service, send payment reminders via SMS and email. Customer logs into secure payment portal. Payment portal process the payment via payment gateway. Payment gateway confirm the payment and update the system. Loan management system update the balance in real time. Reporting dashboard displays the collection performance. Okay, so this is our high level two projects. Okay, so now Um, let's go through some real interview questions based on these projects. Okay, so just a quick refresher reminder, what is the um, star method? So before we start, let's quickly revisit the star method. So as a situation, set the scene. The T is task, describe your role and responsibility. What did you do on that project? A is action, explain what did you did. R is result, highlight the outcome, ideally with measurable improvements. Using star help you keep answer clear and structured. Okay, so let's get started. The first question, uh, elicit requirements. Okay, in the online application project, the situation was that we need to create fully digital process for applying for loans. Okay, so the question is, tell me a scenario where you gather requirements, right? So you're answering, my task was to gather requirements from lending team, compliance and IT. I conducted workshops, map the current and future state and validate the workflow with the stakeholders, right? So that's the action you take. And result, as a result, we got full approval for the loan requirement and branch visit for loan application dropped by 70%, right? So any question related, tell me a scenario, how do you get the requirements, for example project, so you can talk about this loan project. How did you gather requirement using the star method? Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Next question, writing test cases and functional testing, right? So can ask a question, tell me time you help writing test cases, right? Describe the time when you wrote test cases and executed functional test cases, right? So how do you answer to this one, right? So for the digital collection project, I was responsible for writing test cases for the new automation, right? So that's how you started the situation. Task, I work with developers, that's action. I work with the developers to understand the logic and created the test data and executed functional testing before go live. So you can just tell, you can validate the apply loan button is working. Just a quick sanity or smoke testing. See the button is functional, right? So this prevented error like duplicate payment reminders and improved the system accuracy for day one, right? Or something here you can see found fixed 5 defects or before launch. So this just example, um, based on your experience you can explain. Okay, so the next question we can move on to reviewing technical documentation. Okay, so reviewing technical documentation, there can be as a BA, you need to work with development team, and there are situation scenarios you need to confirm the technical documents, right? So you don't need to write, but this question can be answered in an interview. Okay, so let's take a situation or the scenario. So you can talk about in your online loan project. You verify the tech design match with business need, right? So let's say you are preparing an API, you are developing an API which collect information from customers and send it to the vendors, like the credit vendors, and you are making sure we are included all the required data for the vendor, and the response is defined as per the business requirement, right? So example, what happen if your developers forget to include uh, we need the credit score, so only they are getting the credit data, like whether this customer has a bankruptcy or consumer proposal, like that, right? So let's see how we can answer to this question. Okay. In the online loan project, I reviewed technical documentation for the credit bureau API integration. So I checked that all data fields match the requirement and flagged the mismatch that could have caused incorrect credit score. Fixing the Elicit a significant rework and ensure the accurate loan decisions. Right? Okay. So let's go to the next question. So next question, collaborating across teams, right? Uh, so you had to work with different folks like IT, release management, database team, analytical team, business stakeholders. So just to make sure if you are comfortable with collaborating or dependent team or dependency team, how do you manage this one, right? So these are typical skills which BA should have. So let's say how to answer to this question. So this example, we are talking about the collection project align. So you need to business is raising a question or developer is raising questions, how to facilitate with these two groups and how to um, keep the ball rolling or keep the project moving while answering to this question. Okay. So in the collection project, I work with compliance, IT, and customer service. We had a balanced, flexible payment terms with the system technical limits. So I facilitated these discussions, found a workable compromise, and ensure all teams were aligned before development started. Right. So that's one example. So let's go to for other question. Next question, end-to-end delivery. Right. So there can be question asking, tell me a scenario or share your experience work in a full project, right? So here we are talking about digital collection project and what was the task you did requirement to UAT. So UAT stand for user acceptance testing. So what was action gather requirement as a BA? That's the first step. Map process, studying the current process and future process, and wrote uh, acceptance criteria or like a document or user stories or test scripts, and how this effect, so reduce manual collection effort by 60% in first month, right? So how we can answer this question, let's see. For the collection automation, I was involved from a requirement gathering to UAT. I monitored progress, coordinating testing, and made sure we met go live date without major issues. Sometimes projects are delayed if you didn't capture the requirement, so we have to delay the target delivery date. So if you had done a good job, so we can be on time or like on date as per our schedule, right? So that's what we are sharing here. So I monitor progress, coordinate testing, and made sure we met the go live date without major issues. The process went live smoothly and improved payment recovery rates by 20% in the first month, right? So the next question, reviewing the solution design and providing a feedback, right? Um, before any big projects started, right? So we can create a design, detailed design, or like a data flow, or a data mapping session, or the story mapping session, and make sure all the parties, all the stakeholders are aligned what we are going to build, right? So this is more effective way to avoid scope creeping, right? While you are building, you cannot, business may have some idea and maybe due to a communication gap you capture wrongly. So this can cause project delay and some bugs, right? So to avoid everything, you can have an end-to-end review, solution review, or design session, and invite all the parties, all the stakeholders. And after everyone confirm, aligned, and you can start developing your user story, or like start developing, right? This what they are covering here. So let's take a look how to answer this question. So in the loan project, I reviewed the design for the customer application form. I noticed a set that might cause application to drop off, so I recommended simplifying it. Right, the questions were so complicated, so we are simplifying the form. The post-launch, the completion rate improved by 15% compared to the original design, right? So that was fantastic result, or 20%, right? You can, whatever number, you can throw it here. Okay. Let's go to the next question. Working with legacy systems. Okay. What is legacy system, right? Like legacy mean like what currently we are using. That's legacy. Like we can say existing system. And do you have any experience, right? How do you get experience with the legacy system? So um, you will be writing user story like a customer, right? For a user. So you have to learn the current process. You need to kind of work like the person who used the software, who used the application, right? So you have to be thorough on that business process in order to design the new process, right? That's what this question is referring to. Here we are taking situation is loan management backend integration. Ensure the data flow between new and legacy systems, right? Created integration requirement with SMEs, right? So loan specialist, the collection specialist, or someone who know the process. Smooth integration, no manual data entry required, right? So how to answer this question? For a backend integration in the loan project, we had a connect to a legacy loan management system. I work with developers to map all data fields to the new system, ensuring smooth data flow without errors. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question, understanding the technical solution, right? So digital collection payment gateway integration, right? Uh, this was the project, and explaining design to business, how business will give you like a high level requirement. Business is tell when we get hold of a customer want to make a payment online, right? That's the requirement. And technical folks like a solution architect, tech lead, or designer will design what's the technical requirement, how we can set up a payment gateway digitally, right? So once we decide, once the design is ready, how to explain to the business the design or the architecture, right? The good way creating a data flow or diagramming standpoint of business, right? So that's what this question try to confirm. So let's take a look how to answer to this question, right? So in the collection project, I work with integrating the payment gateway. I didn't code, right? Obviously, we didn't code, but I understand the high level architecture was able to confirm that the solution met the business and compliance need. All right. Okay. Last but not the least, summary. To wrap up, remember to always connect your answer clear. So listen to the interviewer what question is asking, right? So that's the important part. And when you understand the question, make sure you follow the STAR method, right? Like tell a project which you worked and what was your task and what did you do, and what was the result, right? So that's what that's will be more effective your interview process, right? So something measurable result. Use a real project metrics whenever possible. Practice your answer out loud so they sound natural and keep them to 1 or 2 minutes each and with STAR. So you not only tell the story, but you prove the impact you made, right? Hope this helped. Thanks everyone.